How Blessing, Baba Mohbad's first daughter, dumped him and pitched tent with Wunmi and Mama Mohbad. Hello everyone, you're so much welcome. It's just from one thing to another when it comes to Baba Mohbad and the justice for Mohbad that every concerned Nigeria is fighting for and hoping to get as different revelations happen and we are now exposed, thanks to them, to their internal family issues, which, as much as possible, everyone is trying to keep their head above the waters and also to, in their own different eyes, look for justice. If you remember on this podcast, we brought an enlightenment about blessings and how she said in one of our old posts on our page, on our Instagram page specifically, where she mentioned that her brother Mohbad is the best gift her mother has given to her. Now, she's not a woman of too many words. If you check her page, she's not an active social media user like that. Those kind of people that will just make one post in 6 months or about 3 posts in 1 year. But if you take a good look at it, it won't take you too much time to consume the content on her page. Just about 3 or 4 pictures of clothing showing, she's a tailor. As you can see, a beautiful face in this picture with the tape rule on her neck, So she's a woman who doesn't talk too much. She's not everywhere. She hasn't even said anything, right? She hasn't granted any interview or made any post about her brother's justice for Mohbad, which does not mean that she's not concerned. But, we are different people with different things. And she's an Olorile in Yoruba setting. A woman is recognized as a first child. Though, of course, a man like Mohbad, who is the first son, is also given his authority. And from what we can gather from sources, which I'm going to quote now, Baba's boldest blogger, like I always say, Bukky Jesse, has said it about 2 weeks ago and repeated a few days ago that when she lost her cool and when she started dragging Baba like generator, she mentioned it that Blessing, in quote, was with Baba before when these things happened. That in fact, when they were talking about African TV and signing of documents, right, that they were supposed to have a meeting where Blessing was supposed to be on ground, but she did not turn up. She didn't turn up for that, whatever, but according to Bukky Jesse, Baba was saying that Blessing was going to be in the picture of the signature and everything, but Blessing did not turn up. And Baba went ahead to sign what he signed, a document of 70/30 that is signed with African TV that later Katakata combust. Now, of course, she as the first child of the family knows everything. In fact, she knows everything. There's nothing we can take past her in all of this. She knows Baba Mohbad very well. She knows her mother very well. She knows her brother very well. And there are some things that you will know as a daughter of a family, that you know how crucial your role is. And when it comes to saying the truth and doing the right things, you just have to do the right thing. You just have to tell yourself, okay, what is the right thing in this instance that is going on? So according to Bukky Jesse, I'm quoting her, she said, Blessing was with Baba Mohbad before until Wunmi and Mama Mohbad lured her with the promise of 3.5 million naira and with the promise to revamp her business and buy her sewing machines and all of that, according to Bukky Jesse. Like I told you, she's unapologetically Baba's boldest blogger, and she's never afraid to talk about what Baba has told her. So there's no word of hers that we will not believe, because Baba have never come out to refute her. Even on the dragging way she dragged Baba finish. After about 2 days, she came out again to apologize to say, Baba, I'm sorry. We also did a podcast here. Because Yoruba will say, "Eti to ba gbo alo, o gbodo gbo abo ni." And in the interview Baba did, the day he did, I think, TVC interview, the first proper interview of a recognized media that he did, when he was asked to say donations, because he said, yes, his account details is out and they should go and check it on Bukky Jesse's platforms, meaning that Baba is still in good tangent with Bukky Jesse, which is fine. Okay, so when Bukky Jesse said this, we were like, okay. Then Baba also mentioned it in this interview where he said that he hasn't heard from Blessing in about a month. Blessing hasn't called him. He hasn't called Blessing, and that right now he's alone and by himself. That all his children and his wife are against him. That right now he's a stand-alone man. So that is where I got the buttress of the point that Bukky Jesse wasn't blabbing and she wasn't lying. Baba has buttressed that a month to this time, that there's been a disconnect between him and Blessing, who people thought was on Baba's side, and who, from what Bukky Jesse and Baba have said, Blessing was on Baba's side until recently. Citing that African TV meeting, which that African TV man said at that time that he was supposed to meet at one point with Blessing and Baba, but Blessing was not available. Maybe Blessing saw the handwriting on the wall to be like, no, we shouldn't be doing this. Whatever it is, I'm not speaking for her. I'm just saying and joining the dots of what Bukky said, which was corroborated. When Baba said, I am alone, no, they don't desert me. Now only me did this side now. All the other people did that side. And they also asked him to say, okay, Baba, what about Aldura? Have you been in touch with him? Have you spoken with him? What's your relationship with him? And he said, no. That since Mohbad died, he's not been in talking terms with Adura. So obviously, it is what it is. Baba is all alone. And as alleged, though Baba did not mention in his own interview that Blessing was lured with money. He didn't mention that. But Bukky mentioned it and said, Blessing, and they also call her Ibukun, was lured with 3.5 million, allegedly by Wunmi and Mama Mohbad, and with the promise that they are going to do up a shop and give her so many equipment. Now, Blessing is not somebody that talks, and of course, I don't even expect her to come out to talk because wọ́n ti fọ́gbà yan gan family yẹn already. Wọ́n ti fọ́gbà gbogbo family yẹn ti wà exposed síta already, which is what Mohbad has always been against. He was always shielding his family to say, let me be the one to take the bullets. Let me protect all of you. Let me be the one to do all the hustles, and I'll take care. And according to Bukky Jesse as well, she said in one of her podcasts that Mohbad was the one taking care of Blessing, that he was even the one that paid Blessing's fees or something. But she didn't say more than that. Maybe a sewing school or a proper university, she didn't say more. Right? But like I said, when you check Blessing's page and when you saw where she said, the best gift my mother gave me is Mohbad. She was celebrating Mohbad on his birthday, on his last birthday, not after his demise. Right? And for somebody who doesn't post so much, to write that line of, and Mohbad also said, oh, thank you very much, I love you. Shows they had a good relationship. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí a sin àbúrò wa, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kán sin àwa náà láì tọ́jọ́, ká dàgbàdàgbàdàgbà, ká má kúkú gbóná, ká má sáré lọ, káà náà dẹ̀ má sáré ọ̀rọ̀ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ, kọ́lọ́run dẹ̀ fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ní gbogbo ohun tá a bá ń ṣe. Because this Mohbad's death is like a template where all of us used to check up our life to be like, are we in the right midst of people? Or are we from a family that wọ́n ní lọ tì wá kẹ́nu ká lọ fẹnu gúnṣó? Tí responsibilities ti pa ọmọ 26 years kú, tó jẹ́ pé eléyìí àfàǹbí kò sí fọkànbalẹ̀, owó yẹn ò dẹ̀ tí stable. It was after Mohbad passed on that the royalties or whatever money is now going up. What Yorùbá will say, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàdúrà, ògódé ẹ̀mí pin, Ọlọ́run ní ṣe ní tiwa, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní ṣe ń ta ọmọ wa. Mohbad náà tó dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí, ó yí Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè. Àdúrà tá à ń gbà ni pé gbogbo ohun tó bá jẹ́ nǹkan tó fẹ́, tó wish fáwọn family ẹ̀, káwọn family ẹ̀ lè come back to realization. I don't care on whose side you belong to, whether you belong to Wunmi side, or you belong to Mohbad's side, or you belong to the blogger side. The major thing of any good-minded people is that let justice be served for this man. And if it's true that the son that he has is not his own, DNA too can be conducted, right? But they should just reach an agreement and let his body go and rest. Let the gentleman's body go and rest. Never in any part of Mohbad's lyrics will you hear him shaping. Mohbad is not a ṣépè person. Kò kí ń ṣépè. Kò kí ń ṣépè. Even in his songs, as whatever was passing his message across, he doesn't curse. He's not a he doesn't live the trenches life in that aspect. Even when you see him playing with his friends and everything, Bella Shmuda, Zalatan and all of that, that's not him. So now that they've revealed that Blessing has joined Baba Mohbad, maybe she has done the right thing or the wrong thing. It's left for her and her conscience to decipher. But the truth of the matter is, we all want justice for Mohbad, and we hope to get it. Thank you very much for watching. Ireo.